Like it or not, the world is going to judge you based off of how you look and how you present yourself consistently, regularly. And in relation to dating advice and with women for young men, to be able to test this out for yourself, the best thing you can do is something that I've learned from a mentor. Is he calls it the social god method. It's something that I actually do, and I've always done because it's super effective and it works. What you can do now is choose one place of your own, a social place that you could go at least 3 or 4 times throughout the week. It's something you need to practice to open yourself up. So let's say you go. I'm going to use Buffalo Wild Wings here in town for an example. Doesn't mean you have to go there, but I'm going to use it. So what I used to do is I would go there, and I would go there 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. This is when I was actually in the early stages of like my entrepreneurial journey. I wanted to create more. I wanted to learn more, but I had to figure out what the specific skills was that I needed in order to do so. Back then, it was really just about marketing rather than just sales and creating content in massively overflowing amounts of stuff that videos that I had to create. I didn't know that at the time, but I was learning more now. I've been applying more of it now than what I have at the time. So, point being, I would go there though. I'd go there at a regular time. I used to go there at like 6:30 p.m. to roughly like 8. So I got there before the crowd would come in, like the late night crowd would come in, and like they'll just get weird, and all the guys are fucking watching sports, and they're getting loud, and they talk about because I don't really care about sports. To tell you the truth, like I can play the sports and I'll have fun if we're actually playing as a team and blah blah blah. But like I don't care about sports. I don't want to watch it. UFC every so often, if it's like a popular fighter, but like I don't care. Truthfully, it's not my thing. I'm not hating on people if they do, but it's not my thing. Point being, so you go to a place, a social gathering place. Again, for me it was B Dubs, and you go there from a specific time, and you go there for those 4 days, every day for those 4 days that you choose. And you get to know basically everybody while you're there. You get a drink. For me, I would also work. I'd bring like a fucking book or something, or like a small, like a simple book that I can read. And like it's, for me, I would do it after I'd get off of my job at the time because I used to job hop a lot, like a lot. Yeah, like I've worked a lot of warehouse jobs, and I'm 31. When I was 27, I used to bounce like 27, 26, 25. I used to bounce a lot. But like you should have seen the amount of like fucking W-2s that I had to keep informing, posting in like with fucking what do you call it? Tax was it tax buster? No, it's called when you can do taxes yourself. I don't remember the name of these for that at the moment. The software online. The point being, I go there a lot and. Like you get to know the people, you get to know the waiter, you give them a good tip every so often when they're cool and they tell you stories. The benefit of doing that is one, you figure out what foods you like a lot, you know, what's good, what doesn't taste that good to you, and then you figure out what drinks you kind of like the most. And as you do that, like I said, the waiter starts to talk to you more. You grab an idea of what the shifts are like, of what people are in at these specific time, and who's the coolest, who's not the coolest, who's unopen, who's open, and if you give like, for me, the first thing that I learned is like the first time you go there and you find your cool fucking waiter, you tip them $100. Like you pay for your food and you give them a tip of $100. You leave behind. And usually, again, I'm going to get to the actual tactic that you're going to use in a moment. But the benefit of doing that though is like you want to leave behind a really great fucking impression in that person's mind and say that because now once you do that, he's going to look at you or she's going to look at you like this guy's a fucking G. He just gave me $100, and that's the benefit. Now you get and position yourself as a fucking celebrity, as an authority, as a cool ass fucking person. Like if they treat you well, they will, which they will after doing that. You'll give them a tight ass tip for helping them. So the benefit of going there then, as you create that little circle, is as I said, you want to position yourself as a celebrity, as an authority, and a higher status person. It's a social gathering place that you can leverage for going out with girls now, namely. So that's not the point of the video. Here's where it gets more interesting. Here's the tactic that I want you to do. Man. Now that you've established yourself and you've developed that skill, because that's kind of something, that's why I gave it to you first. It's a pretext before the context of the actual thing that you need to do. Go there when you're not looking as dapper as you usually should. When you're not really trying on your uniform. You're going there for the same reason, but now you're just kind of like dressed bummy. Like you're in sweats, a hoodie. Maybe it's kind of cold, so it's appropriate. But like go there when you least don't look that good. But now, as you do that, talk to the same people and notice how differently, how tiny, it's the tiny thing, even if you have the money to do it, how tiny and how differently they kind of treat you based off of how you look. Try to talk to more openly, with some of the strangers that come in. So I would usually sit at the bar, and I used to love to order the street tacos. They had these pretty fire fucking chicken street tacos with this badass fucking dressing that used to go on it. They're tiny too, like four of them. Like I would mash those things down. I'm like, God damn, these are good. And I'd have it with like a Corona, or I used to be about like Heineken at the time, but I don't like Heineken anymore. More like the lighter beers now, like Stella, um, Stella Artois. There's another one that's in there. Uh, I can't think of that one at the top of my head because I don't drink that much anymore. But point being, I would sit there and eat these fucking street tacos like mad, and then I'd try to tell like a guy was like, "Hey, what's good here?" He's selling that to the bartender. And I'm like, "Oh, bro, you gotta try these street tacos." If I looked like shit, right? I had I had a hoodie, I looked like a fucking loser. They're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, thanks." They'll kind of shrug you off. And here's the test: do that for at least 3 or 4 days throughout the week, just to get the feel of how people would treat you based off of how you're dressed. Again, we're circling back to the main point of the video. Now you flip it on its head. Change the way you look. Actually put thought into the way you look. Put a nice outfit on. Put it together. Have some matching colors on. Put your hair up. Do your hair. Obviously brush your teeth. You should naturally be brushing your teeth. Smell a little bit better than you normally do. And just not overly trying, but like really good. Like you're dappered up. You got some drip in your fucking outfit, right? So do the same thing and notice how differently it's a 5 fucking millimeter tweak in your fucking in your actions, how differently these people treat you based off of how you look. So what's the point in here? Oh fuck, what's the point here? Like I said, like it or not, people judge you based off of how you look. So if that's the case, leverage it to your benefit by purposely creating set outfits for specific things and places when you want to go. So that way you can automatically build that natural form of rapport with others by telling unconsciously to them that you're kind of a guy that matters. You dress like this for a reason. Even if you don't dress like it for a reason, just have it as a standard so that way, people naturally are going to want to respect you and you can get the best reactions out of them. And more, not only that, they're people who naturally respect you like that, they're going to position you in their mind above an average person. Therefore, they're going to listen to you more and be likely more to do things for you, which is a very powerful thing that you can have by itself. Having other people want to do other things for you based just for the sake of doing it because it's nice. And then, like I said, if you've already built up the pretext stuff, you're already that celebrity, you've done all that work behind the scenes, then it just amplifies it. Because now, if you bring a person or girl on the date, now you're this cool ass fucking guy who's just eating street tacos, probably reading a book, just chilling, reading, like trying to give some value. Then you're talking to the bartender. Hey Bob. Hey Joe. Hey Janice. Hey fucking Jessica. Blah blah blah. They already know you. They're shooting the shit. And now if you try, like I said, if you bring a girl into that world, you're the fucking celebrity. The only thing they're gonna see you as is this cool ass fucking guy. Like she's gonna be like, who's this guy? Like, how do you know all them? Because I go there. It's your place now. Now the benefit to bring it all home is one, the people doing that based off of how you look. So use it. And then take that same tactic and go to many places. Do as many fucking cool places that you want to go to, that you love, and just build the relationships with people by buying the shit and leave behind cool ass fucking tips and getting to know them. And then all of a sudden you're the fucking man. You're the made man. And you get all the bitches. And you look fantastic. You're welcome.